historic franchises are built to win now, and the stakes continue to rise as the season unfolds. Tonight, the Old English D and Yankee pinstripes collide at Comerica Park. The Yankees will lean on the ace of their staff. CC Sabathia carries his left-handed heat into Motown, but waiting is Miguel Cabrera. The Tigers slugger has great history against CC, and he hopes to maintain ownership tonight. It's a classic matchup between classic franchises, and it starts now.
Back here at Comerica Park, the lights are on. It is cloudy, it is cool, it is overcast, but there is no rain, and we have the Tigers and the New York Yankees starting a 3-game weekend series. And if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow, get a free small order of curly fries. Casey Crosby is making his Major League debut tonight here at Comerica Park after putting together outstanding numbers at AAA Toledo. And Casey, of course, pitching in front of a lot of friends and family here tonight, including his parents, Denise, and also his father here as well. That is Bill Crosby, and they are both extremely excited tonight for the Major League debut of their son Casey. And here is the lineup that he will face tonight in his big league debut. It is presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Derek Jeter will lead things off. He'll play shortstop. Then Curtis Granderson in center. Mark Teixeira is at first base. Alex Rodriguez at third. Cano is at second. Swisher is in right, followed by Andrew Jones, Jason Nix, and Chris Stewart. Here are the Toledo numbers on Casey Crosby, and he is presented tonight by Soaring Eagle Casino.
He was pitching some pretty good baseball down in Toledo, but we also had a chance to see Crosby in spring training. He has a fastball anywhere from 90 to 95 miles an hour, has an outstanding breaking ball. Changeup is still developing, and they were just waiting for him to start to throw some strikes before he got his first opportunity in the majors. Let's take a look at the Tigers' defensive alignment behind Crosby tonight. It is always presented by Beaumont Health System. What a shot in the arm Quentin Berry has been in center field. Santiago and Danny Worth are up the middle. Cabrera and Prince are on the corners in the infield, and Omir Santos is the catcher today. He caught Crosby in the minor leagues and told me that Crosby throws lots of strikes, and he will tell him to just relax out there, and it's going to be awfully hard going up against the Yankees for your first major league start.
Well, one of many photos to be snapped tonight, to be sure. How about this? Dad trying to get his first big league pitch. And this an exciting time for the Crosby family. Casey is ready to go. He's 23 years old, out of Canelan, Illinois. And he will face Derek Jeter, the first batter he faces here in the big leagues. It'll be Jeter, Granderson, and then Teixeira. We are ready for baseball tonight on a cool evening here at Comerica Park. Jeter settles in. Casey Crosby has his sign, and here we go. His first major league pitch is a strike called on Derek Jeter.
And Dad got it.
He did indeed, and now he can go back and enjoy the game. Jeter is hit safely in his last 5, batting .336, and he looks at a ball inside.
Derek Jeter comes in with a .464 batting average against left-handed pitching this year. The Yankee captain just continues to get better.
5 home runs this year as well, and Jeter looks at another strike. Up with the right hand goes Jerry Lane. 1-2 on Jeter.
Yankees had the night off last night. The Tigers, of course, played in Boston, got back to the Motor City very late, about 2 a.m.
Santos dropping down the fingers for Crosby. Here's the 1-2. Granderson and Teixeira will follow here in the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Derek Jeter. When Derek Jeter made his big league debut, and of course Derek hails from Kalamazoo, Casey was 6 years old. And here he is on a big league mound facing Jeter. Here's the 2-2 offering. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jeter. Tigers come in having won 4 of the 10 on the road trip, and they're facing a Yankees team that is 27-23. 3-2 on Jeter, and the full count pitch. Driven to center field on a line. Berry coming on. He'll play it on one hop right in front of him. A leadoff single for Derek Jeter. So the Yankees get their first hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Curtis Granderson. Granderson already has 16 home runs this year, and since the start of 2011, he leads all major leaguers with 57 long balls.
And the thing that he has really improved on since leaving the Tigers, he has hit left-handed pitching pretty good.
Wave and a miss, 0-1. Well, when he was with Detroit, that was the one thing that everybody pointed to, the fact that Curtis was just ineffective against lefties.
Still put up monster numbers in the Tigers uniform.
No balls, 1 strike on Granderson. Wave and a miss, and it's 0-2. With the Tigers, he hit 102 home runs, a .272 hitter.
He was an extra base machine in a Tigers uniform and really has continued that in the Bronx in New York.
Now the 0-2. He takes it off the corner. No, it's strike 3 on the corner. Granderson didn't like it. Bill, his dad, is fired up. First big league strikeout for Casey Crosby.
Curtis may have had a beef there. That ball appeared to be off the plate outside, but Jerry Lane gave it to the youngster, Casey Crosby.
That'll bring up Mark Teixeira. Teixeira batting .257. He has hit 9 home runs this year, but against the Tigers this season, 0 for 12. Did not have a hit in that series at Yankee Stadium. First pitch is in for a strike. 1-1 on Teixeira. 11 for his last 24. It's a Yankees team, as we typically see every single season, that is loaded with a lot of outstanding offensive players. Teixeira sends a ground ball foul, third base side.
They've got a lot of power, and they hit lots of home runs. And when they do homer, they win the majority of their games. When they don't homer in a game, they are 0-11 this year. So power is a big part of what they do, because up and down their lineup, they're not really having a good season with runners in scoring position.
These are the leaders. The Rangers and Yankees each have 76 home runs. They're tied for the most in the majors.
But if you're Joe Girardi and you have the kind of offensive weapons that he has at his disposal, you know that these guys are going to get better with runners in scoring possession, especially as the weather starts to warm up.
Well, they would have to. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, they just have not been very good. They are 4 games over 500 coming in. Fouled straight back as Teixeira had a rip. No balls and 2 strikes.
Crosby can't live up there, especially the dangerous hitters like Swisher, Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez. You got to get that fastball down.
A cool, damp evening here at the ballpark. Crosby trying to work up a grip on the baseball. Here's the 0-2. Bouncing ball foul again. Well, for as talented, Rod, as this Yankees offense is, how much of an adjustment period will they need, having not seen Crosby before? I mean, it's still a bit of an advantage for Casey at this point, do you think?
I think so, but he's going to have to make some pitches. He's going to have to get ahead. He's going to have to stay out of fastball-friendly counts, because the Yankees are great hitters. They do have a little data on him. They've seen him on television, but they've never seen him up close and personal.
Ball high.
It's a good thing that Omir Santos is the catcher here tonight. He caught him down in Toledo several starts, and he kind of knows what Crosby likes to do and what his strengths and his weaknesses are.
Leland could have gone with Laird or Santos, but the comfort level of Santos may help him out tonight. That's driven in the air toward left on a line. Delman Young going back to make the play, and retreating is Derek Jeter. Hard hit ball, but Delman Young runs it down. 2 away. And that'll bring up Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod with just 19 RBIs so far this year, 5 for 11 in that series against Detroit earlier this season. .283 batting average. And Crosby throws a strike right at the belt. Crosby 4 out of 4 now in first pitch strikes. 0-1 on Alex Rodriguez with Jeter at first. Here is Casey's 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. A-Rod has been much better at home this year at Yankee Stadium. .337 on the road. The average well below that. Power numbers about the same. The 1-1. Santos can't stop it. It'll go behind the catcher's box. Into second base goes Jeter. So he'll move into scoring position. We'll see how they rule that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. And they have ruled it a pass ball. The 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. 2-2 on Alex Rodriguez.
Really good idea by Santos and also Crosby to execute the pitch. It's a breaking ball. 2-1. Actually, that was a straight changeup.
And the 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Alex Rodriguez. Casey, 23 years old, 5th round pick of the Tigers back in 2007. He has undergone Tommy John surgery. In fact, that was in 07, which forced him to miss much of the following season. But he has been regarded as one of the Tigers' top pitching prospects, and we've seen a few of them this year, namely Drew Smyly. And the 3-2. And he got him, strike 3. He catches A-Rod looking, and the Crosby family is fired up. He struck out A-Rod looking. Entire family, the first big league inning is out of the way, and he struck out Alex Rodriguez looking with a man at second base. Here's the Tigers starting lineup brought to you by Big Boy tonight. It'll be Quentin Berry, Danny Wirth, and Miguel Cabrera at the top. Prince Fielder is at first base. Delman Young is in left. Gerald Laird DHing tonight. Bosch, Santos, and Santiago, your bottom 3. They will face CC Sabathia. He is presented tonight by Bill Fox Chevrolet of Rochester.
CC probably the best left-handed pitcher in the game as we speak. 4th opening day start as a New York Yankee, 9th overall. Great fastball, real good breaking ball, changeup, fearless on the mound. All this guy does is win games.
And he's won a lot of them. And he has done so this year as well, as he comes into this game with a record of 6-2, and Quentin Berry leading it off. It'll be Berry, Worth, and Cabrera. First chance Quentin has had to play in the home whites. Was called up right before the start of the road trip. And he drives one in the air to center field. Granderson is on his horse, still going back. This ball is over his head and up against the wall. Berry is on the run. Here he comes to third, and he is in with a stand-up triple. A pretty good first home at bat.
Curtis likes to play shallow. He plays one of the shallowest center fields in all of baseball, and you don't expect Berry to have this kind of power. And Granderson is used to playing in this ballpark, but he ran out of room. He couldn't catch that ball in. Look at Q go. He is fun to watch run.
A shot in the arm as Berry triples to center field, his second three-bagger of the year. The other was at Fenway, and now Danny Worth trying to get him in. Worth has a 3-game hitting streak, batting .214.
This is the third consecutive day that Worth had started at second base.
And Jim Leland keeping his word, saying that Worth would get an extended look here. That one caught the catcher, Chris Stewart, apparently on the bare hand.
Some catchers, when there's an opportunity to throw out a guy that's stealing, they may keep their hands in front, as you see where Stewart's hand is, but they move it behind their back when they don't have an opportunity to throw out a would-be base stealer. That had to hurt him a cold night.
Oh, a direct hit. One ball and one strike on Worth. That's off the plate, 2-1. Stewart is going to be feeling that, you would imagine, the rest of the night. He's still trying to get feeling back into it. Sabathia ready with a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Worth as he tries to get the runner in from third base with nobody out. Leadoff triple by Quentin Berry.
Very important for Worth to do his job here. Put the ball in play on the ground, up the middle. Do whatever you need to do to drive it in, because more than likely Cabrera is not going to get a chance to.
Now it's 3-2. Worth again batting in the 2 slot for Jim Leland. Tigers trying to get as many right-handed bats as they can into this game tonight. Of course, they've been playing without Austin Jackson. Andy Dirks is hurt, albeit he is a lefty. There's a shot to right field, base hit. He'll get the job done. Berry comes in to score. Danny Worth with an RBI single. And that'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. And when you look at the numbers that Cabrera has had against CC Sabathia, they are awfully impressive.
Well, that's what I was talking about. That's why it was very, very important for Worth to get the job done, because had Worth not gotten the job done, and these numbers that we're showing you, CC versus Cabrera, 10 for 20, which is 500, they probably would have walked him and then played for the double play with Prince Fielder. That would have been their best opportunity of getting out of the inning unscathed.
So instead, CC is greeted with a triple and an RBI single. Nobody out. And Cabrera looks at strike one.
Cabrera had a couple of really good games the last couple of days in Boston. 4 hits a couple of days ago, and he had 2 yesterday.
Tigers coming out playing with a little bit of energy in this one after the Berry triple, despite the fact they got in late last night from Boston. That's in there, a strike, 0-2.
CC, when he was younger, his fastball was 97, 98 miles an hour. And very seldom does CC get above 94 these days, but his secondary pitches are off the chain. Great changeup, good breaking ball, really good feel for pitching nowadays.
And the 0-2. Right back up the middle on a couple of hops. Cano flips to Jeter 1. Here comes the relay. It's in plenty of time. A 4-6-3.
Tim Hortons is the sponsor of the New York Yankees defensive alignment tonight, and they have Gold Glove or former Gold Glove winners all around the infield. Granderson, the former Tiger, he is in the outfield along with Nick Swisher, Teixeira, Cano, Jeter, Alex. They have all won Gold Gloves. Of course, A-Rod's Gold Gloves came when he was playing shortstop.
Kalamazoo's Derek Jeter. Boy, he just keeps on going. I mean, they were talking about how he was toward the tail end of his career, but he's having a great year.
Think not.
Prince Fielder, the batter now, with the bases empty. And CC missing outside 1-0.
Prince has one homer this year against a left-hander, and that was against CC Sabathia.
Fielder has hit safely in his last 8 consecutive ball games. And he waits and misses on a breaking ball.
Of course, Prince, he had a chance to see CC pitch his best baseball, I think, ever when the Cleveland Indians traded him over to the Milwaukee Brewers, and he helped the Brewers get into the postseason that year.
He had a bird's eye view of what Sabathia did over in the National League. Back in 2008, he was 11-2 down the stretch for Milwaukee, and you talk about picking up a guy and getting immediate dividends.
And a lot of those starts that CC made for Milwaukee down the stretch were only on 3 days rest.
The 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Nowadays, his manager, Joe Girardi, has noticed a trend with Sabathia. He gives him extra days nowadays. Very seldom does CC pitch on 4 days rest and then that 5th day. He gives him 5 days rest, pitching him on the 6th day, and the numbers are really good for CC.
Swing and a miss. Fielder had a rip there, and now the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Prince hit 400 on the road trip. He finished with 16 hits, which is really saying something because he struggled at the beginning of it. Now the 3-2. And he walked him. Prince will get a 2-out base on balls. First walk of the game for Sabathia. And that will keep the inning going for Delman Young, the Tigers left fielder today. Delman also showing some signs on that road trip that he is busting out a little bit. The average up to 256 now. Delman had 11 hits on the road trip. In there for strike 1. Tigers got a leadoff triple from Quentin Berry. Danny Worth then singled him home. Excuse me swing, and he fouls it back 0-2 on Delman Young. Nice play. Front row, bring your glove to the ballpark. That's what happens. A lefty too.
Yeah, he is.
Nice. And a big M Go Blue fan as well. Swing and a miss. Young is out of there, and the inning is over. Tigers get the offense going early, though. It was a triple by Quentin Berry to get it started, and then Danny Worth was able to knock him in, and the Tigers have themselves a 1-0 lead. It is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or see your local dealer today. And by Nestle Coffee Mate Natural Bliss All Natural Coffee Creamer. About 6:40 this evening when Casey Crosby was making his way to the bullpen to warm up for his first big league start. And it was a successful first inning. Gave up a single to Jeter, but he struck out Granderson, struck out A-Rod. And Quentin Berry, in the meantime, led off with a triple and then scored a run to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead. So a nice debut for Quentin Berry here at home.
What is Cano going to do? Change batting gloves? Changing the color. He picked up the wrong color, I guess, buddy.
The other ones match better. Hey, by the way, while he's changing his gloves, this game tonight is available in Vivacious High Definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD. Sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast.
Vivacious? You're going to have a new one every night.
No, I can't do it every night, but every now and then. It's the Yankees in town. You got to bust one out when the Yankees come in. There's a ball outside to Robinson Cano, sporting the white gloves. Cano, Swisher, and Andrew Jones. And Crosby hits the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cano batting .291. He's hit 8 home runs. And Crosby sails one in there again for strike 2. 1-2 to count.
Crosby has done a very nice job with his off-speed pitches already here tonight. Some pretty good changeups and fastball counts. That's a hanging breaking ball there, but enough to keep Cano off balance. And these Yankees, they are complaining about the strike zone early today. Jeter didn't like the strike zone. Teixeira didn't like the strike zone. And now Cano beefing with home plate umpire Jerry Lane.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And he takes high. 3-2 the count on Cano.
Cano hitting only .203 this year so far against left-handed pitching, but he probably is the best left-handed hitter in the game as we speak.
The Bender misses outside, and it'll be a leadoff walk for Robinson Cano.
When I say left-handed hitter, I mean left-handed second baseman. Or right-handed for that matter.
Yeah, really. That doesn't seem to matter. Cano is on. That'll bring up Nick Swisher. That's the second straight frame that the Yanks now have gotten the leadoff man on. Swisher is at .244. He hit a couple of home runs against the Tigers earlier this year at Yankee Stadium.
He was sizzling hot at that time. He got off to a really good start in 2012.
Yeah, he was among the leaders in RBIs back then. Right now, he is leading the Yankees with 32 driven in. Much rather see him bat from this side, right-handed, where he's hitting only .205. Here's the 1-0 pitch.
There are still a lot of baseball people out there that believe that you have a better chance of beating the Yankees with a left-handed starter versus a right-handed starter. You turn Swisher and Teixeira around to the right side where they don't get as many reps. And you have the left-handers for Granderson, Cano, although Granderson has really done well against left-handed pitching lately. But they just don't seem to be as efficient against lefties as they are right-handers. We watched Drew Smiley go into New York and really pitch an outstanding baseball game.
Yes, we did. His first major league win as a rain shower starts to fall at the ballpark now. Nothing heavy, but it's falling nonetheless. Way high. That is ball 4. And that'll put the first 2 Yankees on here. Back-to-back walks. It's going to bring up Andrew Jones, and it's also going to bring out Jeff Jones, the Tigers pitching coach, to try and get Crosby back on track. One of the things Jonesy was saying about Crosby is the reports he got from Toledo was his fastball command was a whole lot better than it was in spring training when Crosby seemed to be overthrowing his fastball. And, of course, he was involved in a competition for the 5 spot in the rotation. So you had to believe he was amped up this spring.
Well, the one thing that you can't do with the Yankees, you can't give them free passes. They will take a lot of pitches, and they will take a lot of borderline pitches. So you really have to attack the strike zone against them and get ahead with a lot of first pitch strikes. And he was able to do that very effectively in the first inning.
Two on, nobody out. Tigers lead 1-0 here in the second. Swing and a miss. Jones goes after a pitch right at the letters.
Another reason why people believe you go left-handers against the Yankees, it puts Raul Ibanez on the bench too, and Jones starts in his place.
Andrew batting .224 this year. He's hit 5 home runs. Ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers this year have seen a lot of their good prospects. We've talked about Marte and Smiley, and Paconen was up for a while, and now Crosby getting an opportunity. The 1-1. Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Cabrera in foul ground. Ooh, he's drifting a bit. Looking into the raindrops. Miguel is able to pull it in. Infield fly rule. Oh, boy, he was in foul territory. And 1 gone. That'll bring up Jason Nix. Well, they're trying to find some cover here as the little rain shower, which is passing through right now. Nothing major falling onto the fans. Temperature was in the 50s and still is 56 degrees here at the ballpark. So a jacketed crowd along with some ponchos and some umbrellas. Here is Nix. Batting .222. Ball 1. Crosby last year at AA was an all-star. He was 9-7 at Erie. Made 25 starts. Santos blocks that one. 2 balls and no strikes, and after throwing nothing but first pitch strikes in the first inning, and Casey now is here in the second, falling behind quite a bit. Walks to Cano and Swisher.
These are the counts that Crosby has to stay out of to some of these Yankee hitters. They love the fastball. But that's a really good cutter right there to Nix at 89 miles an hour that he couldn't get the bat head out on. Look at this ball cut inside on Nix. It's a good pitch.
Two and one on Nix. And he checks it high. 3 balls, 1 strike.
He's got to figure out a way to get that ball down, even though he was very efficient with his first pitch strikes in the first inning against the Yankees. A lot of his fastballs were up. Needs to get to a really good balanced point and stay there until the arm catches up, and that will allow him to release the ball out in front and force himself to get it down.
And he has walked another. That's going to load the bases. Nix is aboard in the base on balls. 3 of them in this inning. And now the Yankees threatening. They're all full here with 1 away. Only 1 of 4 first pitch strikes here in the second frame. Number 9 hitter Stewart stands in. Casey's still a ground ball away from getting out of this frame and regrouping. Tigers got a run in the first on the Berry triple and the Worth single. Stewart sends it high in the air, shallow left field. Here comes Delman. Runner tagging at third. That's Cano. Catch is made, and the runners will hold, and there are 2 gone. This is something, Rod, you were looking up before the game today, which is somewhat surprising, and really both teams have struggled With runners in scoring position, in this case, the base is loaded.
Yep, 151 for New York, 114 for the Tigers. Tigers are last in MLB and the Yankees 28th. However, this guy is not struggling this year.
Jeter had a single to start the ball game off, did not score in the first inning. Now the Yankees have 1 through 9 at least had one at bat against Crosby, second time through the lineup. And Jeter fouls it off.
This Yankees team is no different than the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox have a very good offensive club and are very good at making adjustments the second time through the batting order. And that's why it's going to be up to Santos and also Crosby to make sure they don't get themselves into any patterns whatsoever. That fourth inning for the Boston Red Sox, second time around in that series that we just completed there, they scored the bulk of their runs in that inning.
Yeah, that was not good. That really, on a couple of occasions, did the Tigers in. Jeter takes way high, and the count goes 1-1. So Crosby now is over 20 pitches in this inning, 42 for the game, but look at the breakdown, 21 and 21. Now the 1-1, fouled straight back. One ball, 2 strikes. And despite 3 walks in this inning, Crosby now 1 strike away from leaving him loaded.
Well, you know, Derek Jeter in this particular count, if you throw him anything middle in and it's up, he will try to hit the ball to right field. That's his swing. That's what his spray chart tells us as well. A lot of hits to right field for Derek Jeter.
And the 1-2. Checked it. Ooh, it was close. As the crowd groans. 2-2. Jeter came in at 336. Average now at 340. He was 4th in the American League in hitting coming in. A fabulous start to this season for Jeter. And the 2-2 pitch. In there again and missed it again. 3-2. And Mom Denise just can't bear to look.
She's got about 6-7 innings to go.
I know, she's got to pace herself. There's Dad Bill.
Stomach turning in knots right now.
3-2. Runners will be moving here with 2 outs. There they go. And a ball low. He walked in a run. 4 walks here in the second inning for Crosby. That'll force home Cano to tie the game at 1. So Jeter was behind in the count, and he works a walk. He picks up RBI number 19 on the year. And now here is Granderson. Curtis struck out back in the first. Ball 1.
Walks were an issue in some of Crosby's starts in the minor leagues. He had a start where he walked 7. He had 3 starts where he walked 4. But his last 2 starts, he was very efficient. Total of 15 innings, only walking 1 batter.
Meanwhile, Marte warming up already. Check swing. It's a strike, says Jerry Lane. Well, the base on balls have been indeed a problem. 4 of them here in the second. He has gone to 6 3-ball counts already in the game. One is swung on and belted high and deep in the air to right field, way back and gone. A grand slam for Curtis Granderson. And the Yankees lead 5-1.
That is now the 22nd home run that Curtis Granderson has hit since the beginning of the 2011 season, and it's right down the middle. And he absolutely drills it. The 22 home runs are the most by any left-hander in the game.
5-1 Yankees, fourth career slam for Granderson. And it went 381 feet, and the base on balls come back to haunt Casey Crosby. All four of them in this inning have come around to score. 5 runs on just 2 hits for the Yanks. There's a drive in the air toward left. Delman Young coming in, and that is that. But a big inning as they send 8 men to the plate. The slam by Granderson. Ago, Nick Lidstrom, 20 seasons as a Red Wing, waving to the crowd here who are on their feet, giving him a standing ovation. Lidstrom, of course, announcing his retirement yesterday down at Joe Louis Arena, and a nice moment here at Comerica Park. He brought out the scorecard earlier today to start the game, so Nick being honored here at the ballpark tonight. Meanwhile, Sabathia goes back to the hill, leading it now 5-1, courtesy of a grand slam home run by Curtis Granderson.
Gerald Laird, good career numbers against CC Sabathia. And the Tigers are going to have to chip away against the very talented left-handed pitcher.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Laird takes a strike.
Talked about that Yankee club at the beginning of the broadcast, and they now lead the Texas Rangers as far as home runs by a club in the majors.
Here's the 1-1. Bouncing ball to short. Derek Jeter has it measured, and Laird is out, 1 away. We'll bring up Bosch. 77 home runs now for the Yankees offense. However, the other end of that is Yankees pitchers have allowed 65 home runs, the second highest total in the majors.
CC has given up 9 this year.
So we'll see if the Tigers can find the seats here tonight. As you mentioned, they need to start chipping away.
Boston hit quite a few home runs against the Tigers in that 4-game series, and the Tigers hit a few themselves. Delman, Peralta.
Bosch looks at ball 1. Brennan just 1 for 12 in that Boston series. He finished up with 8 hits on the road trip. Playing in right field tonight and batting in the 7 slot. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Driven down the right field line. That ball is hooking, and it is going to be a foul ball. He made a bid at a line drive home run, but he hooked it. One and one. And it was well fouled. Tigers picked up 2 hits in the first. In fact, their first two batters, triple and a single to combine for a run. That's popped up. The shortstop giving way to Granderson. Jeter calls him off. Granderson rather calls off Jeter for the out, 2 away.
Center fielder is the captain in the outfield. As a matter of fact, he's the captain really on the field. He can call off anybody that he wants to, and they simply have to get out of the way.
Curtis telling Jason Nix, I've played on this field once or twice.
He's also telling Nix about the wind right now. Those flags above the scoreboard are blowing at a pretty crisp pace, and Granderson was simply telling him which way the wind was blowing right now.
Omir Santos looks at a strike.
It's good to have a center fielder that is a leader out there and wants the baseball. Tigers have one of those too in Austin Jackson.
The 0-1 to Santos. 0-2 on Omir.
I didn't get a chance to listen to Jim today. Any word on Austin Jackson today?
He didn't say anything about Austin. I know he's still hitting off the tee and continuing his baseball activities. He was eligible to come off tonight. Obviously, that didn't happen. The 0-2 lifted back out of play.
Well, they'd like to get him back as soon as possible because they are a better team with Jackson, but with the way that Quentin Berry is playing right now, in the absence of Jackson, you want to make sure that when Austin does come back, he is good to go and he doesn't re-injure himself.
Austin hanging out in the dugout tonight with his teammates.
It's lonely in the big leagues when you're on the DL and you don't travel with the team. All players will tell you that. The team is like your family. You got to stay behind and just go work out and go home. It gets lonely. You don't feel like you're a part of the team.
And the frustrating thing for Jackson is he was playing so well. Gotten off to a terrific start. Again, the 0-2. Listed high, 1-2. Jim was asked an interesting question today. When Jackson does come back, would he be willing to put Berry and Jackson in the same outfield? And Jim said, yeah, I'd be willing to do that. See how Quentin plays. Little chopper hits slowly. Third base side. CeCe off to make the play. Nicely done. 1-2-3 inning. You're watching Tigers baseball tonight. Presented by Bell Tire.
Racking day for Casey Crosby, making his MLB debut. I'm joined now by his parents, Denise And Bill, Denise, I understand Casey's baseball career almost didn't happen.
Yeah, he was when he was born, he had the crossed eyes, and we had surgery at 18 months. And but we'll never forget what the doctor said to us, because he said, you know what, it's okay. We'll have the surgery. He'll be okay. He'll never fly an airplane. He'll never play baseball, but he'll be okay. And so we're like, whatever. And like I said, I'd like to put a shout out to that doctor today to say, yes, sir, you were wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. And here he is making his MLB debut. Yeah. Bill, I understand you haven't had anything to eat today, and you're very nervous watching your son play. Any superstitions, anything you do while you're watching Casey play?
Well, yes. Before every pitch, I pray that he has a good pitch, like a strikeout, a strike. Need to throw strikes. So I pray and I just feel for him. It's really, I can't eat, I can't think, I shake all the time. It's like I'm out there with him.
Yes. Like you're out here. And you've got a great group of family and friends here watching Casey. Every time he throws a strike, I feel like you just jump out of your seat. But you guys, thank you so much for chatting with us. We wish Casey the best of luck, and hopefully we'll be seeing you guys a lot more games.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, speechless. I can't think of anything.
Bill's speechless. He's still nervous. I'll send it back up to you guys.
All right, Shannon, thank you. I really cannot even imagine what they're going through. And Casey, of course, had a rough second inning, but he's back to work here in the third. And he is facing Alex Rodriguez to begin things. He caught Alex looking at strike 3 to end his first major league inning. Struck out a couple of batters, in fact, in that first inning. But Granderson got him with a grand slam in the second. Swing and a miss. And A-Rod goes down on strikes again.
First time up, he got A-Rod with a changeup. That time, he got him with a fastball that was up in the zone. He can't live up there, but every now and then, I guess it works.
One gone here in the top of the third. Robinson Cano will stand in. 5 runs, 2 hits for the Yankees. 1 run, 2 hits for Detroit. Cano walked to start things off last inning. Bounces one back up the middle. Santiago will shoot him down. 2 gone. Well, we have a chance now. Back to the studio we go. Let's check in with Trevor Thompson. All right, Trev, thanks. The Indians no longer in first place. They're behind Chicago. We're all looking up at Chicago, at least for the time being. Nick Swisher, the batter. He walked and scored last inning. Here are those standings we're talking about. Tigers 5 back coming in. Chicago leading the way right now.
The division plays tight every single year. And the Tigers were able to run away with it last year with the way that they played in the second half of the year. But generally speaking, the AL Central is highly contested.
And we expect that it will be again this year. Meanwhile, Casey Crosby has thrown 60 so far. 30 balls, 30 strikes. Buddy is working on a 1-2-3 inning here if he can get Swisher. Fly ball left field. Delman Young backing up, still going back. He's at the warning track, reaches and makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning indeed on just 9 pitches for Casey Crosby, and a nice bounce back inning. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Arby's. It's good mood food. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Back here at Comerica Park, CC Sabathia goes back to the hill facing Ramon Santiago. We're in the bottom of the third. 5-1 in favor of the Yankees. Grand slam by Curtis Granderson tonight. Santiago, Berry, and Worth. Ramon playing shortstop tonight. Johnny Peralta gets the night off. Here's the 0-1. High fly ball, left field. This ball's hit pretty well. Nick's going back to the track, to the wall, and that ball is gone.
There's that sneaky power. Santiago's first homer of the year.
And his 7th RBI. Tigers get one back.
CC led Santiago off with a first pitch breaking ball, and it was a strike, and then he tried to sneak a fastball by him with one strike. And how about a really short, quick, compact swing by the little middle infielder, Ramon Santiago?
He was gone all the way, it looked like.
He was in his trap.
He put his head down, said that one's out of here. So the Tigers get one back. 5-2 ball game. Here's Quentin Berry. Ball one inside.
One thing about Sabathia, with a 3-run lead, he will continue to use all of his pitches. He won't get caught in a situation where he's just trying to get through the game by throwing all fastballs and pitch to a lot of contact. He will continue to pitch here tonight. Indication there, back-to-back breaking balls to Quentin Berry.
Interesting as well to see that Curtis Granderson continues to play him pretty shallow in center field after he got burned the first time.
Well, Curtis feels like that he probably not going to hit another one over his head.
Check swing. It's a strike.
I know we were talking about Granderson when we were at Yankee Stadium at the beginning of the year, and Cabrera was up. And he was playing him real shallow. A couple of pitches later, Cabby hit a bullet right over his head.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2. Off the inside part of the plate, 2-2.
There are some guys you can play shallow. The big fella, he is not one of them.
Berry fouls it back out of play.
Saw Curtis walking in the ballpark today. It was about 3:30 this afternoon, and CC Sabathia was with him. Usually the starting pitcher doesn't get to the yard that early. They kind of come about 5 o'clock and with their headphones on and kind of do their thing. They don't get to the yard as early as CC did today.
2-2. And it's low, 3-2, pretty close.
You got to kind of wait with Jerry Lane here today, don't you?
He is in Tim McClellan range right now.
I noticed that.
Tim is the slowest indicator in the big leagues, but Jerry Lane, I don't remember being this methodical in his calls. It's killing me. Here's the 3-2.
I feel your pain.
You know, you kind of develop a rhythm when you call games, and the umpires are part of that rhythm. But Jerry's got his own rhythm. Good for him. It works for him. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Quentin Berry. 13 hits on that road trip for Quentin. And he slaps that one foul.
Quentin had a couple of really tough games in Boston. The second and third game, struck out a total of 7 times. He kind of got back to doing what he does best yesterday, and that's concentrating on hitting the ball on the ground and using his speed.
That's sliced toward left center field, and it's going to drop. Another hit. It's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Berry on his way to second. He has a double to go with his triple.
What a nice start Quentin Berry is off to in his major league career.
I would say so.
With 2 strikes, you really can't do it any better than this against a left-handed pitcher. You keep that shoulder in there. That allows you to keep that head down with great concentration. And he splits Nix and Granderson in left center field.
Halfway to a cycle. Looked like Barry for a moment thought about a triple, but then pulled up. So the Tigers doing as you say, chipping away. Still nobody out. Here is Danny Worth.
Yeah, nobody out. Danny Worth will be trying to get Barry over to third base at least. And to do that, he'll be trying to hit something to the right side of the infield, to Cano or to Shera, or past them possibly, which is awfully tough to do. 2 Gold Glove Award winners over there. A lot of first base line, though.
That backs him out of there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is one of the more difficult things to do as a hitter. Sabathia knows the situation. He knows what Worth is trying to accomplish. Therefore, he really busted him aggressively inside there with a fastball.
One and 2 on Danny. Worth had a key RBI single back in the first, knocking in the first Tigers run. Joe Girardi watched his team build a 5-1 lead, but the Tigers now coming back here in the third. 6 seasons as manager of the New York Yankees, 489 wins. That'll get fouled. Four Tigers hits already in this game, 2 of them by Barry. Tigers trying to climb back into it for Casey Crosby, making his major league debut. And a bouncing ball to third. That's a fair ball behind the bag. Rodriguez throws to first. Barry trying to get to third, and he will. So in an odd kind of way, Worth is able to advance the runner.
It's a good instincts play by Barry. If you're A-Rod, you know Quentin's coming to third once you throw off balance to first base, but you had to get the out. If A-Rod decides to take a peek there at Barry to stop him and then tries to throw the ball to first base, Worth beats that out. So A-Rod did exactly what he needed to do there as a third baseman, and that's get one out in that situation.
Now you've got Cabrera trying to drive the run in with less than 2 outs. A 4-6-3 double play back in the first inning. Infield back, they'll give up the run here with the lead. A wave and a miss.
If you weren't with us the first time that Cabrera came to the plate tonight, monster numbers against Sabathia. He is 10 for 21 in his career against CC.
Outside, 1-1. Well, as you often like to say in describing Mr. Cabrera, he hits number ones, he hits closers. It doesn't matter to him.
No doubt.
And CC's a good example of that. Cabrera came in 4th in the American League in hits with 66. Now the 1-1. 2-1 on Miguel.
And since the Prince has started to heat up and swing the bat very effectively the last 3 weeks, Cabrera getting a lot of really good pitches to hit, and the majority of those pitches have been fastballs. No doubt Quentin will be coming on contact, anything on the ground that gets past CC.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
That was his best fastball of the night. 94. Right by Miggy. Located beautifully on the inner third of the plate.
Sabathia finished 4th in the Cy Young voting last year. Won by Verlander. Checked it. Did he go? Yes, he went around. Bob Davidson says you're out. And Cabrera jaws at him as he heads back to the dugout. Two gone.
He sped Cabrera's bat up with the fastball in the previous pitch at 94, which he threw by him, and then Cabrera was looking for that breaking the fastball the next time around and couldn't check his swing on that slider.
So now Fielder with 2 away. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
That was a big out by Sabathia.
It gives him a chance now. Fielder walked in the first inning. Prince batting .321. He's hit safely in 8 consecutive games. His career high is a 13-game hitting streak that he did with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Prince stands right on top of the plate. Uses a very light, short bat. Just 33.5 inches is the length of his bat, and that allows him to get to inside pitches.
2-1.
31-ounce, 32-ounce bat for Prince.
Fielder came into this one hitting .386 with men in scoring position. Here are the numbers over the 8-game hitting streak, over 500. Swing and a miss, 2-2 on Fielder. 5-2, Yankees lead it. Tigers get a run back here on the Santiago home run. By the way, Ramon's first since September 9th of last year. And the 2-2. Blocked by Stewart. And Barry holding at third base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that Cy Young voting last year, in which Sabathia finished 4th, it went Verlander, Weaver, Shields, and then CeCe.
CeCe did win a Cy Young back when he was pitching for the Cleveland Indians, and then was traded the next summer.
We'll see 3-2. Drilled to center field on a line. Granderson will play it on one hop. Fielder comes through again. That'll score Barry. 2-out single for Prince, and it's 5-3.
That is a big knock there by the Prince, and one of the things that we've noticed about Prince the first 2 months of the season, with 2 strikes, he shortens up his swing and just tries to put the ball in play, and a lot of times he's been very successful in doing so. He'll try to take you deep first couple of strikes. After that, he just tries to get a knock.
Nine-game hitting streak now for Fielder. Here's Delman Young. He fouls it off, 0-1. Sabathia now has given up a run in the first and 2 here in the third. Delman struck out in the first inning. Getting it just a little bit closer for Casey Crosby, now 5-3. Outside. One ball, 1 strike. Meanwhile, CeCe working hard in this inning. This will be the 30th pitch coming up. And it's driven to left field on a line. Swisher can't get it over his head. On his way to third is Fielder, and he goes in there. It's a double for Delman Young. That was actually Nix in left field. Made a leaping attempt to no avail, and now the Tigers really in business.
Delman Young has a lightning quick bat, and he demonstrated that in Boston on fastballs inside. Here's one at 92. It's off the plate inside, and look at Delman in the concentration to get barrel on this baseball. And he whistled it off the warning track in left field, but the fielder couldn't score on it. It was hit so hard. Delman hit some balls extremely hard in that Boston series, too. A couple of homers. He had a double off that monster that was smoked. Actually, I think he got a single on the one play off the monster.
He did, and I was about to ask you, are you seeing a little bit of a streak coming on now for Delman, because he is hitting the ball so hard?
He's hitting fastballs. You can't throw fastballs by Delman. Never have been able to. You can fool him with a breaking ball, but you can't throw fastballs by him when he's right, and he appears to be getting right.
Well, in his last 5 starts at Comerica, this includes the postseason, the numbers are really elevated for CC. Now the Tigers a base hit away maybe from tying this game. Gerald Laird stands in, and he looks at ball 1. And the long inning continues for Sabathia. Gerald bounced out his first time up. There's a strike on the outer edge, 1-1. Sabathia last year struck out 230 batters. He's thrown 64 pitches now. And the 1-1 pitch. Laird had himself a pretty good trip, hit 357. Overall this year, the batting average at 298. The 2-1 pitch. Off the plate, 3-1.
Looks like CC is not going to give in to Gerald Laird. Laird with good numbers in his career against CC. There's 2 outs. There's a base open. There's a left-handed batter in the on-deck circle in Bosch. So he is really making sure that if Laird does get a base hit, he's going to really have to hit a good pitcher's pitch.
High, ball 4, and now the bases are loaded. Well, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Quarter Pounder with Cheese. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space and the player's uniform number to 37338, or you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. See the final results postgame during Tigers Live. Well, the Tigers not only right back in this game, but a big hit from Bosch here can do some major damage. The bases are jammed with 2 outs. And Bosch looks at ball 1. CC may end up throwing 40 pitches in this inning. Fielder, Young, and Laird on the bases. And the 1-0. Bouncing ball foul, first base side. Well, Granderson hit a grand slam in his last at bat. The Tigers this year with the bases loaded 114, but by and large, both teams have struggled with the bases full. Now the 1-1. Strike call by Jerry Lane, 1-2.
Jerry Lane has a very generous strike zone tonight, but he has from the beginning of the game. So if you're a hitter, you have to know that. Anything close with 2 strikes, you got to be swinging that stick.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Bosch is gone. They will leave him loaded, but the Tigers show a little life here. Santiago led it off with a solo home run. Berry had a double and eventually scored on Prince's base hit. Pemba, Rod Allen back here at the ballpark tonight. And Rod, well, I mean, it was the Major League debut of Casey Crosby. He did give up the grand slam, fell behind 5-1 early. Tigers showing some fight, though. In the meantime, Crosby's kind of righted the ship a little bit.
Well, he needs to throw strike one like he did in the very first inning. If he's able to do that, he can get through this Yankees lineup, which is a very difficult lineup to get through, but he can't fall behind as he did in that second inning where Granderson got him for that grand slam.
How about Santiago going deep in this one?
Sneaky power. You already know he's got that sneaky power.
So the Tigers are down by a couple of runs now as we go to the fourth. And Crosby back to the hill. First pitch is in for a strike on Andrew Jones. Our Farmers Insurance report card. How about Casey Crosby? First pitch strikes early in the game, and then he was falling behind hitters. He walked quite a few in the second. He was 3 for 8. Looked pretty good in the third. Jones, Nix, Stewart to the bottom three in the Yankees lineup. Ball way outside. 2-1 on Andrew Jones, the former Atlanta Brave, who played on all of those consecutive divisional champions with Atlanta, 14 straight. He rolls this one to short. Santiago ranging right. One gone.
Hey fans, don't forget this Sunday the Tigers battle the New York Yankees at 105. All kids 14 and under receive a Prince Fielder poster. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit Tigers.com. That'll be a nice poster to have.
It will indeed. And Prince in the ballgame tonight, making his presence felt with a big RBI single. Here's Nix, ball one. Casey Crosby has now retired 5 straight since the grand slam from Granderson. Jason Nix comes from football country, Midland, Texas. In the panhandle of Texas where football is king. There's a strike call. 1-1. Nix had a walk, scored a run back in the second. Called up from the AAA team in early May. Foul back. 1-2. Well, today is the first day of June. How much do you think players actually turn the page on the calendar? Does that mean anything at all?
Absolutely. And to be perfectly honest with you, the players at this level, they basically turn the page every day. And you have to. You have to have a very short memory up here.
That's a fair ball inside the bag at first. Off the sidewall. Nix on his way to second. Bosch's throw late. It's a double for Jason Nix.
You can't get too high up here when you're going good, and you can't get too low when you're struggling, whether it be individually or as a team.
Gene Lamont gets on the telephone now. They had Marte warming up earlier.
That's a fastball that's up that Nix is a little tardy on, but he gets a lot of, well, not a whole lot. That ball was right off the line, it appeared, but it was well inside the foul line anyway when it crossed the bag.
Second double of the year for Nix. Stewart the batter, and there goes the runner to third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be late. Nix wasting little time, steals third.
Well, it's really a good play by Nix, and the Yankees have a pretty good ratio at stealing bases lately. He knows the youngster Crosby really concentrate on throwing a strike, and he gets a pretty good jump, but Omir Santos almost threw him out, and had it been a better throw, they may have thrown him out.
Got his hand in there. Infield coming in now for the Tigers as Nix swipes his first. Driven down the left field line. Foul. 1-1. Crosby had a 1-2-3 third. It is Dwayne Belo joining Luis Marte in the Detroit bullpen.
New York Yankees have now been successful on 13 of their last 15 stolen base attempts. And they're not really a running team without Gardner.
No, not at all. Check swing, rolled foul.
it's a testament to Joe Girardi because we pointed out the fact that their team is struggling with runners in scoring position. They do hit a lot of home runs, but he's not sitting around waiting for the home run. He's been putting guys in motion, and because of that, they've scored a few more runs.
Gardner on the DL with an elbow strain. Smothered at home plate by Santos.
Gardner was on the disabled list when we made our first visit to the Yankee Stadium.
Two balls, two strikes. The Yankees actually make 2 visits to the Motor City this year. They'll be back later in the season, the month of August. Nick's the runner at third with only 1 out, and the Yankees leading 5-3. Grounding foul. It's actually the first time since 2001, believe it or not, the Yankees will make 2 visits to the Motor City. Temperature right now holding at 55, so it's a cool evening here in Detroit. Ground ball back up the middle to get through, right past the drawn-in infield. That'll score the run. Nix comes in. And Stewart, the number 9 hitter, is able to drive one in. It's his 6th RBI. Here comes Jim Leyland.
Infield in. Stewart just fought that one off right past the diving Santiago.
That's going to be it on the big league debut of Casey Crosby. The Tigers go to the bullpen. And the Crosby family, in support of their son, will step aside. It's a wall-side windows pitching change. Tonight's game brought to you by Miller Lite. And the big league debut of Casey Crosby has come to an end here this evening as Jim Leyland has gone to the bullpen. 3 1/3 in this game, 6 runs. He walked 4, which led to the grand slam by Granderson back in the 2nd. And he will give way now to Luis Marte.
Marte looked good in that Boston series. You see his numbers. He pitched 3 innings, 2 hits, gave up 1 earned run. He made the team out of spring training, and a day after he was told that he was going north with the ball club, he pulled a hamstring and had to rehab for the first 6 weeks of this season.
So Marte has done good work out of the pen. Brian Villarreal has done good work as well. They both really did well in that Boston series.
All of a sudden, that Tigers bullpen starting to round itself into some pretty good form with the 2 additions you mentioned, Marte and Villarreal, to go along with Bilo, who's been tremendous all year, Coke, Dotel, Benoit, and Papa Grande.
Top of the order coming up, it's Derek Jeter. Another run in for the Yankees. They lead 6-3 as we play here in the 4th. Jeter a bases loaded walk to knock in a run in the second. He also has a single in this game. Strike one on Jeter. 72 hits for Derek, and that leads the American League. Of course, Jeter last year picked up his 3,000th hit, and he homered on his 3,000th hit.
He was really struggling up until that point, and his manager, Joe Girardi, feels like that there was a lot of pressure on Derek to get hit number 3,000. And once he got that hit, he really has relaxed, and he has been one of the better, from a batting average standpoint, hitters in the American League since getting hit number 3,000.
Hits that one foul the other way. 3,159 hits coming in. He got one tonight, so it's 3,160, and Cal Ripken Jr. is next on that list.
And he'll be there before the calendar turns to July.
A little ways to go before he gets to Nap Lajoie, who is 12th. Here's the 1-2, and it's a strike call. Got him looking. Two gone. It's that time of night again. How about the Ace Hardware Scott's fan poll question of the game? Which player raised in Michigan in the last 30 years is your favorite? A. Jim Abbott, B. John Smoltz, C. Derek Jeter, or D. Derek Lowe?
We just saw Jim Abbott, didn't we, in Chicago, throwing out the first pitch at a White Sox game?
Yes, as a matter of fact. And he has a new book out. He was signing those books, I think, at Angel Stadium recently. Jim Abbott, a tremendous story. Here's Granderson. It's a tough call tonight with those four on that list. Grandy had a grand slam in the second, and he shoots that one foul back out of play. 0-2 on Curtis.
Curtis Granderson has played every inning of every game so far this year. He is one of only 5 players to do so in the major leagues.
Ground ball right side. Prince able to knock it down. Going to have to hurry. Shovels it over, and Marte records the out. Speaking of Michiganders, John Smoltz of Lansing Waverly High School in the house tonight. Our score as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Tigers had some work to do now. Omir Santos leads it off against CC Sabathia. 6 runs, 4 hits for the Yankees, 3 runs, 6 hits for Detroit. Santos, a ground out his first time up. He'll be followed by Santiago and then Berry. That's rolled foul. The mist is starting to fall again here at the ballpark.
Santos is having a pretty good year in Toledo. He was hitting over 300.
Had 9 RBIs down there as well. No balls, 2 strikes on Omir. Ryan Rayburn was sent down to Toledo. They decided to call Santos up because of a lack of right-handed hitting on the team. Also gives them more flexibility with Alex Avila, giving him time off. There's a ball outside, 1-2. Santos been up a couple of times with Detroit. He was up here last year, played in 11 games. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And CC Sabathia has another strikeout.
Hey fans, tomorrow on Baseball Night in America, the Tigers take on the Yankees and Prince Fielder. Both teams look to gain ground in their divisional races. Baseball Night in America, presented by Budweiser, begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. only on Fox. That's the Yankees against the Detroit Tigers.
Work to be done here before we get to that one. Santiago stands in. And Ramon takes a ball down low. He homered in his last at bat, his first home run of the season. The average of 205 for Santiago.
He has finally snuck over that Mendoza line, batting average of 200.
Santiago playing short tonight. He had better numbers against CC Sabathia than Johnny Peralta, who was just 1 for 17 against CC. Now the 1-1. And there's a bullet right at A-Rod. He didn't even move. A couple of hard hit balls tonight for Santiago.
Right at him. Didn't move his feet. He only had time to get the hands up.
Here's Quentin Berry. How about the night tonight as well for Quentin Berry, his first in a home white Tiger uniform. Now he's going to drop down a bunt. CC shovels and gets him by a step.
Nice job by the big man, CC Sabathia.
He stumbled a bit, but he got there and played it nicely. Well, the Tigers go 1-2-3. CC showing some cat-like quickness.
today. He said the guy in that clubhouse right now that he's really bonded with has been Prince Fielder. I asked him, how come you and Prince? He said, he always has my back. When I was having a few bad games in Boston, he was the guy to come over to my locker after and say, hey, don't worry about it. It's one game. You'll get him next time. They actually have a mutual friend, and that is Tony Gwynn Jr. Tony obviously played with Prince over with the Brewers. He's now over in L.A., but quite a little connection there. And Quentin said when he came out today out of the dugout, he said Prince has just been that go-to guy for him. He also told me, you guys, looking out here in his center field, he said it was much bigger than he originally had anticipated, but he thought he could cover it all right. I'll send it back to you.
And he has. There's no doubt about it, Shannon. And I guess if there's one guy on the team that you want to have your back, it might be Prince.
No doubt about that. And I'm sure that someone took Prince under their wing when he was a very young player in the Milwaukee Brewers organization. That's just how it goes here in the movies. Veteran players take care of the younger players. Buy them suits, feed them. Rookies don't ever pay for meals, especially when they go out with the big boys.
You've told me this before, but I forgot. Was it Larry Herndon took care of you?
Larry Herndon took care of me big time here in Detroit, but when I got to the big leagues with Seattle, it was Steve Henderson. Steve Henderson was an outfielder there in Seattle. Of course, he was a hitting coach with the Tampa Bay Rays. Really took care of me.
Ground ball right side, base hit. It finds a hole, and Teixeira is on to start the 5th inning.
And when I got back to the big leagues again, when I was fortunate enough to get there before I went to Japan, Andre Thornton of the Cleveland Indians took care of me. So it's always nice to have those veteran players around, guys that have been there and done that to help you out.
Here is Alex Rodriguez with the leadoff man on here in the 5th inning. Been a tough night for A-Rod so far. A couple of strikeouts. As Casey Crosby looks back at his big league debut here tonight, that's one thing he can hang his hat on. Well, I fanned A-Rod twice.
The adjustment for Crosby is a minor adjustment. When his control got away from him in that 2nd inning, every fastball was up in the strike zone. That's why he walked 4 batters. That is very, very simple to rectify.
A-Rod right now is 5th all time with 636 career home runs. Willie Mays is next on the list at 660. The list is getting awfully short for Alex Rodriguez. And Marte slings one in there for a strike, 0-2. Luis took over, got the final 2 outs in the 4th, and now working here in the 5th. The 0-2. It was a while ago, but Alex Rodriguez broke into the big leagues at age 18 when he was a shortstop for the Seattle Mariners. The 1-2 pitch is outside, 2-2.
He went from A-ball to the big leagues that year. As a matter of fact, I saw him in A-ball that year. He was playing in the Midwest League. Playing shortstop, of course, at that time. Had a cannon for an arm. Had a lot of power. And was playing with a lot of college kids.
Popped up. Santos coming back. Got a room. Well, A-Rod was one of those guys immediately that was destined for stardom when he got to pro ball, wasn't he?
As a matter of fact, he and Raul Ibanez were on the same team that year in A-ball. Yeah, he was the first player drafted in the country. 5-tool player, could do it all.
And he joined that Seattle team at the age of 18, and of course they were already stocked with a lot of outstanding major league players.
Ken Griffey Jr. was there. Big Unit was there as well.
Inside, 3-2 on Alex Rodriguez.
Don't know if Girardi will allow Teixeira to take off on the 3-2 pitch, but Santos will have a chance to throw him out if Marte can get a strikeout.
Runner is going, and it's hit high in the air. Right center field. Berry and Bosch, and it's Berry, the center fielder. Teixeira retreats. Well, there's a lot of talk about Berry obviously playing in this field for the first time. It's 420 to dead center, but is playing center field at Comerica Park, can it possibly be any harder than playing at Fenway Park?
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of real estate out there. He's got tremendous speed. We saw him make a tremendous catch yesterday in Boston.
Right.
And that ballpark has all kinds of nooks and crannies in it. He's just got a lot of pasture to roam in out there.
There's Robinson Cano. Walked and scored a run. It came in the big 5-run second for the Yanks. Ball one.
Here's that catch that he made yesterday off the bat of Daniel Nava. And there was a runner in scoring position, and it was a very close game at that time. He had a great game yesterday. Stole a couple of bases, drove in one, scored a run, made a great catch.
Bouncing ball hit to the right side. Danny Worth fires to second one. Relay! Got a double play.
Tigers have struggled turning double plays this year. It's good to see them turn that one over.
4-6-3, and you're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Scouting report on, look at that. Nice round face. Derek Jeter get the Bernstein advantage. We go to bat for you. Derek selected 6th overall on this date back in 1992 at Kalamazoo Central High School. And Jeter, of course, went on to sign with the Yankees. A big, big deal. And he's headed to the Hall of Fame.
Derek Jeter, as you mentioned, grew up in Kalamazoo, but he used to go spend every summer with his grandmother in New Jersey. And that's where he became a New York Yankees fan, because his grandmother was a Yankees fan. So for him to get drafted by the Yankees in the first round and have a chance to realize that dream and go down as one of the best players to ever put their uniform on is awfully special.
Awfully special indeed. And Jeter and Smoltz are leading the poll question. Your favorite Michigan Rays player. Jeter and Smoltz each with 36%.
He's kept his nose clean in that town for a number of years, which can be awfully difficult to do.
Worth, Cabrera, and Fielder here against CC Sabathia in the 5th. And that's on the outer edge. 2-2 on Danny. Sabathia's 2-2 pitch. Lifted toward right field. Swisher on the run. One out here in the 5th inning. Well, this will all lead us to our AT&T trivia question here this evening, and it is, which former Tiger was selected first overall by the Astros in the 1992 draft? That was Jeter's draft year. Derek went 6th overall. Who went first? He was a former Tiger. Here is Cabrera. Strike 1 to Miguel. Double play ball and a strikeout tonight. .314 batting average. June draft right around the corner. Always an exciting time. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Sabathia in this game with 4 strikeouts. He's given up the home run to Santiago and RBI singles to Worth and Fielder. And the 0-2. Sabathia last year was an all-star again. It was his 5th selection. He won 19 games last year, had an ERA of an even 3. Ground ball shortstop side. Jeter, as it flattens out, stays with it. And Cabrera's 0 for 3.
Sabathia has done a very nice job tonight against Cabrera. Moving the fastballs in and out, changeups and fastball counts. And Miggy has come in with good numbers against Sabathia.
.94 for a high, 78 for a low. Courtesy of Xfinity. Fielder singled one in the 3rd. He walked in the 1st. Prince at .325. 0-1.
We've talked lately about guys like Sabathia, King Felix, Verlander, Jared Weaver of the Los Angeles Angels, how all these guys, when they first came to the big leagues, they were upper 90s with their fastballs. But all of them have really learned how to pitch, take their foot off the gas pedal, so to speak, early in the game. Good breaking balls and change-ups with really good command. The only one of that trio that hasn't won a Cy Young is Jared Weaver, and he was close last year.
Well, he was neck and neck with Verlander for most of the year. And Weaver finished 2nd in the voting last year behind JV. There's a strike called by Jerry Lane.
Verlander said he learned in about 2008 that, you know what, I just can't throw fastballs by these big league hitters all day long. I need to get better with my secondary pitches, and he has some of the best secondary pitches of any right-hander in the game.
Now the 1-2. Sawed him off. Little roller back up towards second. Cano. Man, is he smooth. Robinson Cano throws out Fielder in a 1-2-3 inning for Sabathia. To the 6th we go. tire, get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Toyota, brought to you by your Greater Detroit Toyota dealers. Chilly night here at the ballpark. Temperature right now in the mid-50s. The Yankees and the Tigers getting together here at Comerica. And the Yankees, on the strength of a grand slam by Granderson in the second, still lead this one. 6-3 is our score. Luis Marte back to the hill in the 6th inning. Nick Swisher leads it off. Ball 1 to Swisher. Andrew Jones and then Jason Nix to follow. Marte replacing Casey Crosby, who started this one. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yankees will have a decision after this year as to whether they want to re-sign Nick Swisher. He will be a free agent. Well, I guess it's his decision whether he wants to come back too.
The 2-0 pitch.
Yankees got to take care of Granderson and Cano here too, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And Cano, based on some of the big numbers that have been passed out to other second basemen like Ian Kinsler, Brandon Phillips, will garner a huge contract. There's the 2-1. Lifted toward left. Delman coming in. 1 out.
If you're just joining us, a key part of this game, the youngster Casey Crosby, who started in the ball game, he walked 4 batters in the 2nd inning. Control just got away from, Yankees will take a lot of pitches, and then Curtis Granderson came to the dish with the sacks full and hit it out of here.
Andrew Jones bats with 1 out, and it's in there, strike 1. Jones 0 for 2 in this game. Here's Marte's 0-1 pitch. Luis pitched about 6.5 years in the Tigers minor league system before getting his first opportunity. Pitching in 4 games last year with the big club. And after a good spring, Jim Leyland said, "You're on the 25-man roster," and then the hamstring problem struck. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Marte is a native of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic.
Was that a slider at 90 miles an hour?
Well,
it sure looked like one.
I saw 90 and I thought that was a lot of movement on a fastball. High drive center field. Quentin Berry backing up. Still going back. Oh, he had it all the way, it looked like. Bangs into the wall.
Well, he told our very own Shannon Hogan that he would not have a problem covering all the ground here at Comerica Park, and he knew he could do that. It looked like he was cruising momentarily. He didn't think the ball was going to travel as far as it did. Look at him kind of coasting. Then all of a sudden, he had to turn it up a notch, and he caught it and ran into the wall at the same time. There's some wind up there, though. There's some wind that's blowing out toward left field at a pretty good pace tonight.
Couple of fly ball outs. And now Jason Nix. Tigers tonight have out-hit the Yankees 6-5, but trail by 3. If Marte bounces one in, 1-0. Nix had a double, stole a base, scored a run in the 4th. He walked and scored on the slam back in the 2nd. Jason has been well traveled. Colorado, the White Sox, Cleveland, among his other stops in the major leagues. That'll go foul third base side.
He also had a brother who was playing in the big leagues. I don't know if he is still playing, but his brother, Lance Nix, I believe is his name.
The Philly system. He's played in the big leagues as well. 1-1 on Jason Nix. And he rolls that one foul. Lance has played 22 games this year for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Those Phillies have had a lot of injuries. Halladay now on the disabled list. Of course, Howard and Utley. It's hard to win when you have those guys on the DL.
Yeah, it just shows how fragile your chances can be if you suffer a key injury or two. Swing and a miss, and Marte has a 1, 2, 3, 6th inning. On our way to the bottom half. Still 6-3. All right, Trent, thank you. We'll keep our eyes on that one. The Mets and San Diego, the only two franchises without a no-hitter. Santana doing his best tonight. Here it is 6-3, and Young has a base hit on the first pitch to left.
Santana's a great story. Missed the better part of 2 years with shoulder surgery. We remember him when he was pitching for the Minnesota Twins and winning Cy Young awards. It's a wonderful story to see him come back and be as effective as he has been this year for the Mets.
Johan Santana, when he was pitching with the Twins, man, that was just one of those days where you just did not want to play.
That Bugs Bunny changeup, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and a slider.
Well, the Tigers get the leadoff man on here in the 6th. Now Gerald Laird. That is 7 Detroit hits in this game. Gerald, a walk and a ground out. And it's ball 1.
See if Gerald can get something and hit it up in the air to left field. If you do hit it up in the air to left field, there's a pretty good chance it might carry out of here today.
Wind is definitely a factor here as a mist continues to fall on a cool, damp night here in the Motor City. Bouncing ball instead. Here comes Jeter on the charge. And his throw is not in time. Safe at first base, and Laird may have hurt himself.
He's going to try to run it off. Whatever he did.
Joe Girardi coming out to argue that call.
Is it the hamstring?
Girardi beefing with Bob Davidson. Ooh. Let's see here.
He looked out on the replay.
I agree with you. I think he was out.
Tigers need some calls to go in their favor, though.
Isn't that the truth? Considering the road trip they just had and problems with the umpires. Still trying to figure out what happened to Gerald. It looks Looks like it might be the hamstring. Tigers have had their share of injuries. Kevin Rand is out there along with Jim Leland. And we'll see if Laird can continue here.
Well, we've seen Kevin Rand walk a lot of the players off lately.
And Laird is going to be the latest, unfortunately.
He's holding that right hamstring. Hey fans, don't forget the Tigers host their Central Division rivals, the Cleveland Indians, this Wednesday at 7:05. Tickets are on sale now. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Don Kelly will put a helmet on. He'll pinch run at first base. Gerald Laird is out of this game. The Tigers now have 2 on with nobody out, down by 3 here in the 6th. Jim Leland already looking through a thin bench with the Achilles injury to Dirks. Avila, Peralta remain on the bench with Kelly coming in now. So we'll see if the Tigers can take advantage. They have Bosch up there. Brennan struck out with the bases loaded back in the 3rd. He pops this one up. Shallow center field. Granderson coming hard. So is the left fielder Nix, who makes the play. He almost dumped one in there to short left center. 1 out. Amir Santos, a ground out and a strikeout. Delman Young leading off with a single. Laird beating out an infield hit. And a ground ball right back up the middle. What a play there by Cano. Look at that double play.
What was he doing standing right there?
I don't know, but it was flashy. He did a little pirouette, tagged the bag, and threw him out.
He was holding the runner on, and he didn't get back to his position. CC really shouldn't have thrown that pitch.
Wow.
ball that was up the middle. And he's right here. He's holding Delman Young on at second base, and CeCe Sabathia delivers the ball home. Usually when a guy is holding the runner that close to second base, the pitcher won't even throw the ball. He'll simply step off because the second baseman was out of position, but it turned out and worked perfectly for the Yankees.
That it did. They get a double play, and so we go to the seventh, and Luis Marte is still out there. He will face the number 9 hitter, Chris Stewart, to start things off.
I'm surprised he was playing that close to Delman Young anyway, who doesn't steal bases.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Quentin Berry, maybe.
There's a line drive to left. It'll go foul. Ricochet around. Well, Cano just makes it look so effortless, so smooth.
That was the knock on him when he was younger, when he first came to the majors in 2005, is that he made it look too easy. That people would say he was nonchalant, wasn't giving his all, wasn't playing the game at full speed.
Down he goes, strike 3.
Some guys don't have to play the game at full speed and still have a lot of success. And Cano is one of those guys.
Here's that AT&T trivia question tonight. Which former Tiger was selected first overall by the Astros in 1992?
Toledo manager.
Yeah, Phil Nevin. Currently managing the Mud Hens.
He was playing at Cal State Fullerton, I believe.
He was. And I was broadcasting with Tucson at the time when he came right to AAA. And
right to AAA?
Straight there, man. He could hit. He was an intense player. Maybe the most intense player I had seen in a long time. 1 ball and no strikes on Jeter. .338 for Derek Jeter. He shoots one under the glove. A fielder into right. How many times has he done that in his career?
Well, he has over 3,000 hits, and I bet at least 2,000 of them have gone in this direction. Classic inside-out swing. Hall of Fame player. Look at that. 28 to right, 31 up the middle. He really doesn't care about left field all that often. If you hang him a breaking ball, he'll hit the ball to left field.
Here's Curtis Granderson. Ball 1 to Granderson. Grand slam home run back in the second. 1 for 3 tonight. Brian Villarreal is heating up now in the Detroit bullpen. Of course, the Yankee bullpen these days is short one huge piece, the future Hall of Famer Mariano Rivera.
David Robertson's on the disabled list too, and he was one of the best setup men in all of baseball for Joe Girardi last year.
Yeah, good point. Rivera with a torn ACL, and Robertson dealing with an oblique. And Rivera did it just shagging fly balls before a game one day, tore his ACL. There you have it, 2 of the most dominant back end pieces in the big leagues, and they're both on the shelf.
They do have a guy that's closing games for them that just a couple of years ago led the American League in saves when he was pitching for Tampa Bay Rays. Soriano.
Yeah.
Benoit was his setup man at that time.
1 and 2 on Granderson.
The Yankees always seem to have a surplus of whatever they need for whatever position.
And if they don't have it, go out and get it. The 1-2 in the air toward left. Delman Young scooting over. Two outs, back to first base goes Jeter. We're in the 7th here as the Tigers open up the homestand at Comerica. 3-game weekend set against the Yankees. Casey Crosby made his big league debut, surrendered the grand slam to Granderson in the 2nd, and Tigers have not been able to recover from that. They're down by 3 now. Mark Teixeira is 1 for 3. That'll get back out of play. They play Teixeira with a bit of a modified shift. The shortstop Santiago behind the bag. Not all the way around. Not the same type of shift you see sometimes against Prince or Big Papi. And that is a strike call.
Marte has done a marvelous job coming in relief of Casey Crosby, who made his major league debut here tonight, slowing down the Yankees.
Driven to center field, Barry. He'll get there for the out. Nothing comes of the one-out single. Yankees strand a man. We go to the stretch. Anderson with a grand slam. That remains the biggest hit in this game. Casey Crosby, big league debut, lasted 3 1/3, and Quentin Berry is the first Tiger with 11 runs in his first 10 games. As Berry again got on base twice tonight with a double and a triple and scored twice.
First Tiger ever?
Ever.
Wow.
Think about that. Meanwhile, CeCe goes back to the hill. He's given up 8 hits, 3 runs, and Sabathia 97 pitches through 6 frames. He will face Santiago, Berry, and Worth. One ball, one strike. Santiago looks at one a little bit low. Run the count to 2-1 on Ramon. Boone Logan, Cody Epley in the Yankees bullpen. Now it's 3-1. CeCe's always had good numbers against the Tigers, 16-12 against them career, but that ERA 4.5. He's given up 3 runs tonight. 3-1 pitch is on the ground to third, right at Alex Rodriguez. 1 gone.
Q has had a very nice night tonight. Barry's first 2 times up, extra base hits against the left-handed Sabathia. The first time up, he tripled over the head of Granderson, and he scored. And then his next time up, he sliced one into left center field between Nix and Curtis, and you guessed it, he scored again.
.357 average for Quentin Berry. He lifts this one in the air to center. Granderson going back. This time he'll get there. He almost burned him again.
He got on his horse, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It looked like it was going to be easy, and then uh-oh. 2 outs. The one thing about Berry that I've noticed, and it's the advice that he has gotten from all the people he knows in the game, especially Adam Jones, go out there and have fun. And you can see him have fun. And when he hits the bases, he's clapping his hands, and he's going out there and playing with a lot of energy.
They have also told him, don't forget what got you here, your legs. You're in the big leagues because of those 261 minor league steals.
Danny Worth cuts and misses. Worth had a big RBI single in the first after the Berry triple. Danny now has hit safely in his last 4 games, 1 for 3 tonight. Here's the 0-1. 0-2.
Did you mention that it was the hamstring of Gerald Laird?
I did not. Thank you for reminding me. It was right hamstring tightness, to be exact. 105 pitches for CC. Tightness at this point, hopefully that's all it is. The 0-2. We'll shoot that one foul.
Nice ratio of balls and strikes as well for Sabathia. He's one of the best left-handers in the game, if not the premier left-handed pitcher in the game. Only 50% of his pitches thrown today of the 106 have been fastballs. That looks like JV's percentage on most nights.
That is fouled away. Would you take Sabathia over Clayton Kershaw?
Absolutely. I would. I know Clayton's really good and he's won a Cy Young, but I'll take the guy that's winning 19 a year and has done it for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. World Series championship.
The 0-2. Just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kershaw's stuff may be a little bit more electric than CC's, but I'll take that veteran that knows how to win.
The thing about Sabathia is he has won from day one in the big leagues. When he got to the big leagues with Cleveland, I mean, he was an instant winner.
And they weren't any good then.
Right.
It's not like he was playing there in the mid-90s when they were selling that place out every single night. When he got there, all those guys were gone.
Two and two. Fouled straight back.
You know, sometimes when you go out and you make the kind of investment in a pitcher like Sabathia, you're paying them for what they've already done in their careers, stuff they've already accomplished. He has earned every nickel of the contract the Yankees have given him. And so is that guy right there, Cabrera, as far as the dollars the Tigers have committed to him.
That'll get fouled back out of play. Sabathia's first year in the major leagues was 2001. As a rookie, he was 17-5.
Rookie of the year, wasn't he?
I'd have to double check on that.
No, Ichiro was that year.
Oh yeah, that was his first year over stateside. Yeah.
Yep, Ichiro was. CC should have been.
And it's low and away, 3-2.
Nice at bat here by Danny Worth.
With 2 outs, nobody on, trying to reach. Cabrera waiting on deck. Then anything could happen. And the 3-2. Foul tip, strike 3. Sabathia a 1-2-3 7th. And let's head to the 8th.
Offer starting during Tigers Live. That's at 12:30 on Sunday through the end of the game. Tigers fans, you are not going to want to miss out on this deal of the game. Again, that is this Sunday, the finale of this Tigers-Yankees series, starting at 12:30 with Tigers Live. Mario and Rod.
All right, Shannon, thank you. Yeah, we'll look forward to that on Sunday here at the ballpark. Also, what we're looking forward to on Sunday here at the ballpark is the ceremony for Maglio Ordonez, who has announced his retirement, and we'll have a nice ceremony here at the ballpark beginning at 12:30 at Tigers Live.
Mags is quite a pro. Not only was he a very good player, but he was presence in the clubhouse. Tremendous man.
And it's awesome that he'll be able to announce his retirement on the very field where he hit that home run. Put the Tigers into the World Series back in 2006. Brian Villarreal, the new Tigers pitcher.
Brian's got electric stuff. A fastball gets up to 99 miles an hour with movement. 14 strikeouts and 4 walks since being recalled from Toledo.
Two balls, no strikes. A-Rod has had an 0 for 3 night, couple of strikeouts and a fly ball. Two and one. Villarreal pitched some pretty good baseball in that Boston series. As we mentioned, the Tigers had a couple of guys out of that bullpen that pitched well. A swing and a miss. Villarreal was throwing his fastball in 98 in that Boston series with a lot of movement. He's at 96 so far here. Check swing, that'll go foul. You know, when you stand next to Villarreal in the clubhouse, he is not a big guy at all, and it's just stunning the way that he can take what is God-given and just throw nearly 100 miles an hour.
Tremendous arm speed. Watching him in the stretch, though, he gets himself gathered pretty good. When that left leg goes up, he pauses for just a moment to allow that arm to catch up, and that's where he gets that arm speed from.
Swing and a miss, and A-Rod strikes out for the third time tonight. Let's go back to the studio while we have a chance. Let's check in with Trevor Thompson. Trev? All right, thank you, Trev. We'll keep our eyes again still on that one as the no-hitter is still alive for Johan Santana. Seaver, by the way, lost that one with 2 outs.
Santana may not even go back out for the 9th, man. He's thrown 122 pitches already. We talked about the fact he's had those shoulder surgeries, and that is a very tough decision for Terry Collins, their manager, right now.
How would you like to be him right now?
Oh, my goodness. Really? I mean, and he's up 3rd this inning, right. So I guess that will tell everybody whether he's going to go back out for the 9th. I mean, he's thrown 122 pitches.
Can you imagine taking him out, though?
Yeah,
you got to think long term. I'm with you on that, but glad I'm not making that decision. Swing and a miss by Cano. Do you remember how many pitches Edwin Jackson threw in his no-hitter?
He was like the 150 range, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was up there, 140s, 150s.
Yeah, but no arm surgery. Yeah. Young, strong.
Yeah, the arm surgery is the key. It'll be interesting. 1-2.
I wouldn't want to be Terry Collins right now. I might call upstairs to the general manager and say, what do you want to do?
Well, he's probably already done that.
You make the call on this one.
2-2 on Cano. Edwin was at 149 in his no-hitter, by the way.
He walked quite a few in his no-hitter, too.
8 of them. 8 walks in a no-hitter. And there's a strike called, and Villarreal sends Cano packing.
He's got electric stuff. Electric fastball. Hey, fans, don't forget you can follow your Tigers with the MLB.com at Bet12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT2 31826 or visit Tigers.com for details.
Here is Swisher. 6-3 Yankees lead game 1 in the series. Strike 1. The other night, Villarreal faced 6 batters, struck out 5 of them against the Red Sox.
Outstanding job by Marte. Tremendous job.
Breaking ball is a strike call. 0-2. Well, you can't do any more than what Marte gave you in this game.
Three 2/3 of scoreless baseball for Marte.
And they really didn't even threaten. He gave up just a couple of singles. There's the 0-2. Popped up. Heading back toward the seats. Cabrera. He runs out of room. 2 rows back. Swisher has a walk and a run scored. He's also flied out to left twice. In his 4th year with the Yankees, also played with the White Sox, broke in with Oakland.
His year that he spent with the White Sox wasn't a good year. Don't know what was going on with Nick that year, but he didn't perform very well for Chicago, and they spun him off to New York, and his career has been re-energized in the Bronx.
1-2.
I played for Nick's dad, Steve Swisher, a couple of years in AAA, one in Buffalo, one in Colorado Springs. the most intense guy I've ever played for anywhere. He would go off on you. Literally.
Here's the 1-2.
He was intense.
Go off on you if you're not giving 100%. Is that what you're talking about?
He would flip. When we weren't playing well, he'd come in that clubhouse.
Would he flip the spread?
You'd already know. We didn't have, you had those cold cuts back in those days. It wasn't a whole lot to flip.
Some sandwiches.
They were good, though.
Some Twinkies.
Don't get me wrong, but they were cold.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's low, 3-2. We are told now that Santana is taking his turn at bat. So that must mean that he's going to go out. Here's the 3-2. Fouled away.
I remember back in those days when playing for Buffalo and Colorado. Nick was just a little bitty fella at that time, running around the clubhouse with his dad.
Nick went on to play at Ohio State. Three and 2. And he lost it, ball 4. 2-out walk for Nick Swisher. That'll keep the inning going for Andrew Jones.
Good buddy Mick Kelleher, first base coach.
What a good guy
for the Yankees. He was on Tram's staff when Tram was managing here from 2003 to 2005.
Make a former player as well here in Detroit. There's ball 1 to Andrew Jones.
Here's another guy that came to the big leagues as a teenager. We were talking about A-Rod a few innings ago. 18 when he made his debut.
And look out.
Andrew was 19 when he burst on the scene with the Atlanta Braves.
Andrew now 35 years old.
10 gold gloves as a center fielder in the National League. And he played about as shallow as Granderson has been playing here tonight.
One ball, one strike on Andrew Jones. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 10 gold gloves, over 400 homers. All those division championships in Atlanta.
He and Chipper, from an offensive standpoint, were the two mainstays there. John Sherholtz was the general manager at that time.
Dotel warming up in the Detroit bullpen. Here's the 1-1. That's a bullet that is fair inside the bag at third. Swisher is on his way to third base. They're going to try and score him. Here comes Delman's throw. It's cut off and dropped by Cabrera, and the run will score. A 2-out walk leads to a run.
It's a 96-mile-per-hour fastball that Jones turns on, and it's a very nice job by Rob Thompson, the third base coach. Look at him at the bottom of your screen. You can see he's all the way down that line. He is almost at home plate, and he can see that Delman did not get there, or he was not going to be able to get to that ball and get it in a timely manner, and he scored Swisher.
Yankees now have 7 runs on 7 hits. Jones has his 11th RBI, and that's a big run. 4-run spread now for the Yankees. And the fastball in there to Nix.
2-out walk to Nick Swisher. Gives Villarreal in ERA this year. He came in with no earned run average. He has one now.
It's also the first run they get against the Tigers bullpen tonight. The 0-1 pitch.
Tigers bullpen was really good last night as well in Boston.
(7-3) Yankees here in the 8th.
Tom Brookings just came to the top step and moved to bury the center fielder over to the right side of second base. He noticed that Nix was tardy on that fastball from Villarreal.
Way outside. Has Brookie gotten thrown out of the game yet tonight?
Not tonight.
No.
Last night was comical, though.
It was almost surreal. He was just standing in the coaching box at first, before the inning even started, and he got tossed. And he just walked off the field.
That was Jeff Nelson, who was at first base last night. He wanted to make sure Nelson knew that he had missed that call on Brennan Bosch.
Which, as the replays indicated, he did. Tigers really struggled with the umpiring in that series against the Boston Red Sox. And really throughout the entire road trip, which led to multiple ejections. Talked to Jeff Jones today and said, "Are you next?" And he said, "No, I'm good. I'm fine. Don't worry." Two balls, 2 strikes.
And Leland said he was going to pay Tom Brookins fine. So
that's right. It's on the house.
Yeah.
Nix waiting on a 2-2. And here it is. Low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Here's the 3-2. Inside, it's another walk for Villarreal, the second in this inning. And that's going to bring Jeff Jones out. Seven runs, 7 hits for the Yankees, 3 runs, 8 hits for Detroit. Villarreal struck out the first 2 batters in this inning, then a walk, a double, and now another walk. By the way, this homestand will feature some neat stuff. We'll talk about the Maglio retirement ceremony coming up on Sunday. Thursday against the Indians. The kids will receive a pause mask. 866-66-TIGER or tigers.com for more information. Here's the number 9 hitter, Chris Stewart. In there, strike 1. Stewart had an RBI hit in the 4th inning, and he turned out to be the last batter that Casey Crosby would face in his major league debut tonight. The 0-1. Popped him up. Santos out of real estate, back out of play. And it's 0-2. Tigers in the bottom of the 8th will have Cabrera, Fielder, and Young. Two more games to go against the Yanks. Club will enjoy an off day on Monday. Here's the 0-2. Another pop-up foul, back out of play. Jones at second, Nix at first. And the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, Villarreal, after fanning the first 2 batters, has now thrown 32 pitches. It looked like it might be a snappy inning for Brian. Here's the 1-2. Line drive to left field, hooking. Into the seats it goes. Rick Porcello gets the call tomorrow against Hiroki Kuroda, and then Verlander and Hughes on Sunday at 1:05. Before the off day hits. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The Yankees hitters have done a nice job of laying off some borderline pitches against Villarreal in this inning. Nick Swisher did it. He walked with 2 outs before coming around to score on the Jones double down the third baseline.
High fly ball left field. Delman Young going back to the warning track right in front of the wall to make the catch. And the inning is over. They get a run. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Are the only franchise that have not had a no-hitter, and Umber and Weaver have company this year with Johan Santana throwing 134 pitches.
Long road back for Santana. We talked about his arm injuries. He worked hard, and congratulations. It only took the Mets 8,012 games to get their first franchise no-hitter.
Would you do some quick adding?
No, I got that from a little bird. Whispered in my ear.
I was going to say that's awfully impressive. Cody Epley is the new pitcher now for New York.
He's pitched well, holding right-handers at bottom note to a .217 batting average.
Miguel Cabrera leads it off. Tigers running out of outs here. They're down 7-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Cabrera, then Fielder, and then Delman Young. And for Miguel in this game, 0 for 3. 2 ground balls and a strikeout. One of them a double play ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Driven to the gap in right center. That thing is laced. It's going to go to the wall. Extra bases for Cabrera, and he is in with a double.
CC Sabathia did a very nice job against Cabrera tonight, moving the fastball around, throwing some really good breaking balls, but Epley not as fortunate. Little two-seam fastball at 86 miles an hour dropped right in the happy zone of Miggy, and he drilled this ball.
So Cabby gets his first hit of the night, and the Tigers have something going now. We'll step aside, another pitching change as the Yankees go right back to the pen. However, have gotten a leadoff double from Miguel Cabrera. Prince Fielder will be stepping in, and time now for the Mazda scouting report. Fielder and Pujols has something in common. A little bit of a slow go, maybe more so for Albert in the month of April, but they are both now starting to get used to American League pitching.
Yeah, they didn't know what was going on out west with Pujols. 217, no home runs, 4 RBIs in the month of April. The main numbers are more Albert-like. I don't think and you worked out there, so maybe you have, but in all my years going to Angel Stadium, I don't think I've ever heard them boo a home player, ever, in my days going there, but they were booing Albert there. I know you probably have, but I just did, on all the time I've gone there, never remember them booing someone out west in L.A.
Boone Logan coming in as you look at his numbers, and I'm trying to think, now that you mention it, I don't ever recall them booing Tim Salmon. I mean, on the talk shows, they would get on Garrett Anderson a little bit, but I don't think they ever booed him. So, yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, baseball is a little different out west than it is in the east. It's not that they don't take it as seriously. I guess they're just a little bit more passionate out here.
No doubt. Yeah, I can confirm that. Fielder now will stand in against the lefty Boone Logan. Dwayne Wise is also taken over defensively and left for the Yankees. It is 7-3. Leadoff double by Cabrera.
Talking no-hitters, wasn't it Wise that made that spectacular catch a few years ago in the Burley perfect game?
It was
one of the greatest catches you'll ever see.
Here's the 1-0 to Prince. 2 balls, no strikes. So we mentioned a little bit earlier how this Yankees bullpen now is not quite what it used to be, with Robertson on the DL and also Rivera on the DL.
And they're trying to get it to Soriano, who is now their closer, who was pitching the 7th inning when the season began.
And here in the 8th, this would have been Robertson's inning. That's way high and inside, and now it's 3-0. Joe Girardi getting a little bit anxious.
We haven't seen Prince much in 3-0 situations to know whether he really likes to swing or not. I'm sure he has the green light if he wants to swing at it.
Let's see. Nope, didn't like it. It's a strike on the outer edge. 3-1. Prince had an RBI hit against Sabathia back in the 3rd. Delman Young waiting on deck. Cabrera has doubled to lead off the 8th. Strike call. 3-2 on Fielder. Logan, the lefty, is a veteran. Broke in with Chicago in 06. Been with Atlanta and now the Yankees the last couple of years. And the 3-2. Grounded foul. Prince now 34 RBIs. Cabrera leads the team with 42. Eppley started the inning by giving up the double to Miguel Cabrera. The only batter he faced. Logan comes in to face the lefty. That's in the air. Left center field. Wise says I'll take it, and he does.
Hey fans, join us Sunday afternoon for more baseball when the Tigers wrap up their series with the Yankees. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Tigers Live. That's Tigers Baseball Sunday at 12:30 right here on Fox Sports Detroit.
One on, one out. There's Delman. 2 out of 3 tonight. Delman a single and a double.
He had 3 yesterday, didn't he? He sure did.
Yeah, he
did. A couple singles and a homer.
11 hits on the road trip for Delman Young. His average now starting to climb. It's up to 263. Broken bat roller, fair ball deep behind the bag. A-Rod jump stop, throw off the bag. Everybody is safe. Move Cabrera up to 3rd.
The guy playing to the left of A-Rod is the guy that can make this play with regularity. Derek Jeter has made a living on this exact same play, but the one thing with Derek Jeter, his accuracy with his throw is on point when making this little turn with the body and then jumping and throwing off the right foot.
Meanwhile, it's another 3-hit game for Delman Young. And Joe Girardi making his way out again. Johnny Peralta has moved his way to the on-deck circle with Don Kelly due up. Peralta has been announced. And it looks like back in the bullpen they go. So Wade will be coming into the ball game. Will step aside 7-3. Tigers are threatening, however, with only one out. Here's the upcoming pitching matchup presented by Gordon Chevrolet. Tomorrow it's Hiroki Kuroda and Rick Porcello.
And Porcello just trying to get back on track and do some of the things that he was able to do in spring training and also the beginning of this year. 35 strikeouts, 15 walks for Rick. Kuroda under 500 but has really good numbers.
Meanwhile, Corey Wade is on now to throw for the Yankees, trying to put out the fire here in the eighth.
His strikeouts to walks ratio is exceptional. He has struck out 28 batters this year, and he has only walked 3. And of course, when you have that kind of command, you know those bottom notes, lefties and righties, numbers are going to be favorable for Corey Wade.
Well, Johnny Peralta picks up the bat, and he will pinch hit for Don Kelly. Gerald Laird had to leave this game. Kelly had a pinch run for him with a hamstring problem. And now Peralta for Kelly. First pitch is a breaking ball up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Tigers now have 10 hits in this game, 7 for the Yanks. That's it for a strike. 1-1. And he shoots one foul back out of play. 1-2. Peralta batting .239 overall this year. 4 home runs, 15 driven in. Got Cabrera at third, Delman Young at first, and only 1 out. Now the 1-2. In the air, right field. Swisher going back. This will get a run in. Cabrera will walk home. Sac fly RBI for Johnny Peralta. 2 gone. We'll make it a 7-4 ball game. And it brings up Brennan Bosch. Who tonight is 0 for 3.
As a hitter, you know the numbers that Wade has posted this year, so you can go up there and you can be very aggressive. You know he's going to be around the dish.
Slice toward left field. Wise on the run, still coming, and he'll cut it off for the out, ending the inning. 1 run for the Tigers. They draw a little bit closer as we go to the 9th. closer, but they still trail as we go to the 9th inning. Dotel will take over now for Detroit.
Let's take a peek at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch, and it happened back in the 2nd inning. The rookie Casey Crosby, his control left him in that inning. He walked 4 after a really good 1st inning. And with the bases loaded, Curtis Granderson with his 22nd home run against a left-handed pitcher in the last couple of years. Granderson is really learned how to hit left-handers.
So Dotel will take over as we head to the 9th. These are Octavio's numbers. He will face the top of the lineup for the Yankees. Right, he's hitting just 174 against Dotel this year. Derek Jeter, a couple of singles, bases loaded, walk, and an RBI.
The majority of the pitches on most nights when Dotel comes in are fastballs. They're around 90 to 92 miles an hour, but you see a lot of guys swing right through his fastball.
Can't get out of play, 1-1. Villarreal pitched the 8th inning, but again, really good work tonight by Luis Marte, who took over in the 4th. And pitched through the end of the 7th, allowing just 2 singles. That's it. Here is Dotel's 1-1 pitch. Foul tip. 1-2. And the 1-2. Back out of play. Talking about Jeter's hits, 3,161 now. He leads all active players in hit totals.
There was a time where some folk thought that Jeter might have a chance to catch Peter Edward Rose, all-time hits king. Over 4,200 hits for Rose.
Danny Worth will charge this one. Out at first.
He's got no shot to get there, I don't think.
No.
He needs another 1,000.
That's too much. But he doesn't need to get there to get to the Hall of Fame. He's in already.
But Pete played till he was about 45 years old, though.
He did. Jeter's had a spectacular career and continues to play at a high level. Fouled straight back.
Speaking of a Hall of Fame, this is a Hall of Fame guy. Standing in the batter's box, Curtis Granderson. Very articulate. Wonderful human being.
Hit a grand slam back in the 2nd inning, and that remains the biggest hit of the game. This little flare that's going to drop in. 1-out single.
Don't forget, as soon as this game ends, our coverage will continue with Tigers Live. You'll hear from the manager, Jim Leland, the players. Plus, we'll break down the game, show you all the highlights. Tigers Live immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit.
So Granderson is on with his 2nd hit. And Mark Teixeira will step in. Tigers, by the way, in the bottom of the 9th have Santos, Santiago, and Barry due, but Avila will pinch hit for Omir Santos. Ball 1. Teixeira with 1 hit tonight, a single. And Dotel delivers a strike, 1-1. Yankees have made good use of their hits. 7 runs on 8 hits. The Tigers have 10 in the hit column. And the runner goes. Here comes the throw from Santos on the money. Safe. Stolen base, Granderson. So the Yankees get a man in scoring position.
Pretty good jump by Curtis. Head first slide. Tag applied by Santiago, but not before. Granderson was able to get that left hand in there. Yankees now have been successful in 14 of their last 16 steal attempts.
Teixeira, meanwhile, goes down swinging. 2 outs. It's just not a stat that you typically associate with the Yankees.
No, not as many sluggers as they have. Joe Girardi doesn't like to run his team out of innings when you've got power guys like A-Rod, Teixeira, Swisher, Granderson.
Here is A-Rod. Ball inside, 1-0 on Alex Rodriguez.
When Brett Gardner is healthy and playing, he lets him go.
Been a tough night for A-Rod. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Casey Crosby got him twice. Now the 1-0. Popped up foul, back out of play. Joe Girardi hoping the bullpen can hold on to this one.
Joe Girardi was once teammates with Derek Jeter and that guy right there, Andy Pettit. Mariano Rivera, who's on the disabled list right now.
And Dotel being bluffed by Granderson, who was coming down the line.
Looked like Granderson was going to attempt to steal third base had Dotel delivered that ball home. Worth and Santiago giving Granderson a lot of room from their respective positions up the middle.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Would A-Rod strike out 4 times tonight?
He might.
Once in the first, once in the third, once in the 8th. Villarreal struck him out in the 8th inning. One and 2 on Alex Rodriguez. Ball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dotel's 2-2. Driven to left field. Foul. 41,000 plus here at the ballpark tonight. 41,831 here attendance on a chilly evening. Many of them still hanging around, hoping for a Tiger comeback. Soriano heats up in their bullpen. Fly ball, left center field. Hit pretty well. Barry is on the run, looks up, and that ball is going to carry out. It's gone. Alex Rodriguez with a 2-out, 2-run shot. Guess he's not going to strike out 4 times. His 8th homer.
He got a hanging breaking ball from Dotel, and he got the front foot set, rotated the hips, and he's got a lot of power and really good bat speed to go with it.
Nine 9-4 Yankees. as Cano cuts and misses. A-Rod picks up RBIs 20 and 21. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. It's also a home run number 637 in his career.
637.
Chasing Willie Mays for fourth all time. Willie at 660. Here's the 0-2. Shattered bat. Look out. It's going into the crowd.
They got to come take that from him.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's fired up about it, but give it up, young man. You can't have that in the stands.
Oh, 0-2 as Cano gets a new bat. Cano tonight has walked and scored a run. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Stotel strikes him out, but damage has been done. 2-run homer by A-Rod. Well, he's still got it.
Time brought to you by Miller Lite in the first at bat for Quentin Berry in the home whites. After spending the first 10 days on the road, he triples over the head of the former Tiger, Curtis Granderson. And Quentin is fired up about it, and so are these fans very early in this game.
Got the heaters going in the dugout area. Trying to keep warm tonight on a chilly evening. Joe Girardi now is going out. Make a pitching change. Alex Avila is going to pinch hit.
Yeah, he waited until Avila was announced before going to, looks like, Clay Rapata.
So as Rapata comes trotting in, 9-4 Yanks, we'll be back. Comerica Bank, strength and stability since 1849. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com to see why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. For a free in-home estimate, call 1-800-521-7800. Back here in downtown Detroit, it's 9-4 Yanks as we go to the bottom of the ninth. And Clay Rapata coming in, former Tiger.
Rapata doing a very nice job this year against left-handers. Left-handers hitting him at 176, and that's the batter that he will face, Avila.
Avila to pinch hit for Santos, then Santiago and Berry. Tiger deficit got bigger on the A-Rod homer. Breaking ball floats in for a strike on Alex Avila.
Tiger's really playing short-handed. You don't know the extent of the Laird injury. Andy Dirks is battling the Achilles tendon injury as well.
Been one after another. That one slides outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, they've been dropping like flies.
Avila had to come out of the game yesterday in Boston, taking a foul tip, which opened up a cut. And he also looked extremely woozy. That's outside.
Alex wanted to stay in the game, but if you're going to err on any side, it has to be caution with the All-Star catcher, Silver Slugger Award winner last year for the Tigers.
Way high off the glove of the catcher, Stewart. And Avila takes one outside. Three balls, 2 strikes. Santiago waiting on deck. Here's the 3-2. Lifted back out of play. Full count on the pinch hitter, Alex Avila. Alex this year is 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. And he walked him, so Rapata comes in and walks the left-handed batting Avila.
It is now time for our Nissan drive of the game, and Santiago didn't get his first at-bat in this game until the 3rd inning. He was a leadoff hitter, and he got a fastball about belt buckle high and hit a solo homer off today's starter, CC Sabathia.
So Santiago now with the leadoff man on. Nobody out, 9th inning. 9-4 New York. Shortens the bunt, looks at a strike. Teixeira playing behind Avila down at first base. Bouncing ball to second. This looks like a double play. Cano flips to second one. Nope, that's all they're going to get. He was on his heels.
Yeah, and that's why they didn't have a chance to turn that. Cano initially started to charge that baseball and then realized that it would create a really tricky hop for him if he tried to force the issue and really catch it on the short hop and get a double play. So he backed up and got it to Jeter, and they just took the 1 out.
That'll bring up Quentin Berry. Double and a triple here tonight. He has scored a couple of runs. Strike 1. So Berry now batting .349. Here's the 0-1. Outside. It'll get away from the catcher and move Avila or Santiago up to second base. Wild pitch advances the runner. Meanwhile, 1 ball, 1 strike on Quentin Berry. Right back up the middle into center, base hit. Santiago stops at third base. It's a 3-hit game for Quentin Berry. He just won't stop hitting.
Back-to-back 3-hit games, as a matter of fact, for Berry. Looked like he got a little breaking ball, kept his shoulder in there, didn't try to do a whole lot with it, and hit it right back up the box.
So now it's getting interesting because you're getting toward the big part of the Tigers lineup. It is a 5-run game right now, but you've got Worth up there, still only 1 out. Cabrera, fielder, lurking. And the 2-run homer by Alex Rodriguez becoming a whole lot bigger. Ball 1 to Worth. Danny tonight an RBI single, 1 for 4. Rapata's Tigers days were in 07, 08, and 09 before he went to Texas. And he pitched in Baltimore last year. Slings one over to first base.
I don't know for certain, but Berry's got to have the can't have the green light right here, I would think, down by 5 in the 9th inning.
Now, it wouldn't seem like he would. And that's off the plate. 2-0.
Rapata is paying a lot of attention to Berry, therefore he is falling behind Danny Worth.
Even with the 5-run lead, Girardi nervous right now. Here's the 2-0. That's outside. 3-0. And that picture tells it all right now.
Yeah, he's scratching his head. Cabrera in the on-deck circle.
3-0 pitch. Worth takes ball 4. That's going to load the bases. And Joe Girardi's got his closer in the bullpen. He's going to go get him. Soriano didn't think he was coming into this game after the A-Rod homer. But guess who's coming in? So Rapata gives up a walk, a single, and a walk. They are loaded up. Now on Rafael Soriano.
Well, just a few years ago, he saved 45 games for the Tampa Bay Rays, and he signed a contract to go to New York to set up Mariano Rivera. Didn't pitch well in that role, so he was pitching the 7th inning when this season began. And he's perfect in save opportunities since Robertson went down.
The 45 saves that you mentioned led the league back in 2010 for Tampa.
What is it with the Yankees and Boston games, man? They just last forever, don't they?
They do. This one has now crossed over into forever. This will be about 3.5 hours before this one is done. Hopefully the Tigers can rally here. Well, they're down 5 right now, but they got the sacks full. Well, as far as the Central Division standings are concerned, the Tigers kind of make up some ground. They trailed by 5 games behind Chicago.
Cleveland has already won their game tonight. And the White Sox appear to be tied with Seattle. 4-4 in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Well, here comes Cabrera now to face Soriano. Rally caps coming out. Tigers have Santiago, Berry, and Worth on the bases. And the big lumber coming up. Cabrera doubled and scored his last at bat and takes ball 1 from Soriano. Ground ball left side. A-Rod has it. Fires to second. Juan relay to first. A double play. And that's how this one will end tonight as Soriano comes out of the pen and gets the dangerous Miguel Cabrera to bounce into the 5-4-3 double play. So the Yankees win this one here tonight. Our next telecast is Sunday afternoon when the Tigers wrap up their series with the Yankees. Coverage begins with Tigers Live at 12:30. Tomorrow's game can be seen on your local Fox affiliate. Once again, our final score here tonight, 9-4 in favor of the Yankees. For Rod Allen, this is Mario and Pemba. Now we send you to the Coliseum studio.